Why does coastal ecology matter? A subset of marine biology, coastal ecology specializes in ecosystems that make up the shoreline in places like Southern California. Coastal ecosystems are considered some of the most productive ecosystems on the planet. They sit between land and sea, protecting human civilization from erosion. Wetlands, like this salt marsh, store carbon, trapping it in the soil and slowing climate change. What most people don't realize is how accessible coastal ecosystems are. They're all around you. Your favorite biking path, your favorite hiking trail. Places like Muth Interpretive Center fight to preserve wetlands, providing recreation for all to enjoy, while simultaneously sustaining the environment. Black mustard is a flower you will see covering the salt marshes at Muth. They are deceptively beautiful, peppering people's Instagram feeds, but in actuality, they are silent killers. Black mustard has roots which exude chemicals into the soil, preventing native plants like lupine and California poppy from germinating. This creates an environment where nothing else can survive. So what is this plant from Eurasia in North Africa doing in Newport Beach? Black mustard is an invasive species. What is an invasive species? It's a non-native species that spreads out of control, damaging the environment, economy, and human health as a result. Not only is black mustard invasive, it's fire invasive. California is known for its wildfires during the hot months of the year. Black mustard grows fast. By summertime, it grows into tall, woody stalks that serve as a fire ladder to the tree canopy. This pretty flower is a headache. Its seeds can survive for up to 50 years. Because of this, it grows all over Southern California coasts.
The Muth Interpretive Center is a learning center established in 2000 by Peter and Mary Muth. It's an interactive exhibit focusing mainly on bird migration and the ecology of the wetlands themselves. The bay is an estuary, which means we've got fresh water and salt water and they mix, and that provides a super unique environment for different types of species to thrive. I think it's important to protect because it is, I think, one of the remaining 10% of wetlands that we have on this coastline. There are a lot of animals that call this bay home. I think we welcome over 1,000 little bird friends, different types of bird friends. I would say that the Ridgway rail is an endangered species that the bay is known to protect. My favorite though are the cliff swallows. We have cliff swallows visiting right now from Argentina, and it takes about 1,000 mouthfuls of mud to make their nests. They build their houses right under the Muth awning. Super cool to watch them. I would say that the Muth Center protects by educating, but I would say that especially Newport Bay Conservancy, they are part of a team that builds artificial nests for endangered species like the Ridgway rail. From March to September, the whole bay of the Upper Bay is closed off so that these birds can nest and we can grow the population.
How do you feel about invasive species, and particularly black mustard?
I don't like black mustard. I would say invasive species, they're a lot more common than you think, especially when we look at palm trees. We live in sunny California. Palm trees are not native to Southern California. In the bay, we take active efforts to fight invasive species. There is a section of the Upper Newport Bay called Big Canyon, and that was home to a lot of Brazilian pepper trees. Brazilian pepper trees are super invasive. They totally destroy the soil. Nothing else can grow other than Brazilian pepper trees. Through this Big Canyon restoration, we tore up everything. So the canyon is basically all clear, and we are in the process right now of restoring native plants to that area. I would say the Newport Bay Conservancy offers a lot of really cool ways to connect with the environment. If we're talking about helping out with educational tours, if we're talking about kayak tours, because those are super fun. And a great way to see all the birds, especially as they come in for their migration stops and everything. But the number one way to protect these types of environments is to just talk about them. You would be surprised about how much you can learn in a conversation. use your knowledge from this class, from the Bay, from the Youth Interpretive Center, and just share what you've learned, because chances are the person that you're talking to is not as educated as you are. I think education, especially on conservation and natural topics, is one of the most powerful ways to protect these lands. And you can just talk about how you despise black mustard and then talk about why, or you can talk about why your favorite bird is the Ridgway rail, or there are so many types of ways, but engaging in conversation focused around nature is by far, I believe, one of the best ways to protect it. We welcome a lot of educational tours from first grade all the way to college, and we're just telling them that you got to share what you've learned. You know, we gauge them, we give them the knowledge that will challenge them, and we expect them to go out and challenge others.
Although my friend Emil loves these plants, that's what I have to say to black mustard.
I hate black mustard.
Yeah, save the environment.